You're about to see a short film within the garden of number 4 Woodlands Close, Hockley, the home of Stephen Brooks. We are about to come through the garden gate here and swing round, and we are on the artificial grass which adorns the covered up decking, and there is the master at work. He happens to be at the moment recording his detail about his last visit to his beehives, which we shall see in due course. I shall now proceed to go down into the garden itself. These are the steps down into the garden, and I shall have to stop recording here while I get my body down these steps safely, so I can't film and go down the steps at the same time. With the assistance of my wife, I'm now down at the bottom of the steps, and we start on the east side of the garden. And the first sad piece we see is the resting place of Ollie the cat. And then we have a very nice Japanese thingamajiggy thing. This side of the garden is in shade at the moment. I'm sorry if the camera shakes a bit, but I'm trying to walk on my crutch at the same time. Plants have come on leaps and bounds, absolutely leaps and bounds. If we look back, oops, there's an invader in the garden. There's the bird table, which is very often covered in larger birds like doves and wood pigeons, and smaller ones like dunnocks and the like. Stephen's, oh my goodness me, I'm trying to do this garden and there's an intruder. And she's mainly responsible for the state of this garden, I have to say. So we'll bypass her. She's tending some magnificent sweet peas, which the more you pick, the more they grow. We come down to an area which is full of wildflowers. A packet of wildflower seeds was sprinkled on there, and they've gone absolutely crazy. But only Jean could do that. And over there, at sunflower, Jean picked one seed out of the bird seed or something and threw it on the garden, and that's the result. We swing around, and there is Stephen's original shed when he moved in, which has been moved, and and there is his new shed, his pride and joy. We'll have a look at it at a distance in a minute. And in between the sheds are his 2 beehives, which have to be inspected weekly, and they have been this morning inspected by Stephen and his assistant, his ancient mother. We've now moved to the sunny side of the garden, and the first thing we see is my father's old bench, which recently has been renovated by Stephen and myself. Stephen burnt all the old paint off, and I painted it with this beautiful green, Buckingham green. And so we proceed up this side of the garden, which is in brilliant sunshine today. There aren't so many colourful plants this side, but don't ask me why that should be. I haven't got a clue. But when you think what this garden, if you knew what this garden was like, let's say a year ago, of course down the bottom of the garden there was a very large tree which has been felled now. Like the state of the garden when the tree was being felled and before the new shed arrived, it was an absolute tip, this garden, and it's remarkable what's happened to it since. But in flower terms, it is of course mainly down to Jean. We look back down the garden, there's the master, and this look, he did say that very quickly, and there is the main gardener. And this lawn is remarkably green, considering we've had temperatures between 25 and 30 for the last fortnight, and plenty more to come. My front lawn is in fact as brown as a bowl of brown Windsor soup. We look back to the mansion and that beautiful balustrade, and that's about it. I'm bound to have forgotten something that I wanted to show you, but there you go. It's absolutely boiling at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this little film, and then maybe a later one later in the summer. Goodbye. I'm back. I should have said it's the 8th of July 2018, and yesterday England won their quarter-final in the World Cup, beating Sweden 2-0.
It's coming, football's coming home. It's coming home. 3 lines on a shirt. It's coming. Shoes well made, still clean. It's coming home. 30 years.